Maryland Congressman and Chairman of the House Freedom Caucus. Andy Harris joins us now. Good morning, Congressman. You probably heard a little bit of our discussion there with Senator Santorum. You've said that you're not going to advance the bill until you and members iron out some of the deficit problems. Can you tell us where things stand right now?
Well, that's right. I think there aren't the votes to advance the bill. You know, our vote on what we call the rule is basically our vote on a motion to proceed. We shouldn't proceed to the final bill until we come to an agreement with the Senate. Look, the House took a position. We think it was the right position. The Senate took a position. They think it's the right position. Now, the way the legislative process works is we come to a compromise, and that's where we are. That's what we should be doing, because there were too many things that were dropped out of this bill. I mean, you know, the senators dropped out banning funding for transgender surgery for minors. I mean, what in the world are they thinking about? I mean, you know, they dropped out penalties if you put illegal aliens on Medicaid in your states. I mean, what were they thinking about? They increased the budget deficit $750 billion over 10 years. That's unsustainable. And finally, the Green New Scam is mostly intact. And, you know, Senator Santorum's right. I mean, my gosh, this is something no one voted for. And now we're going to spend hundreds of billions of dollars in the next 10 years subsidizing inefficient sources of energy. I mean, the bottom line is there is a lot left on the table. The process can work. It can work. We could flesh this out in a few days. It's too bad the Senate went home. I mean, the bottom line is they should have stayed in town until this process was resolved. And we're ready to stay through the weekend. Let's get this ironed out. Let's go to the last compromise with the Senate and to get it on the president's desk as soon as we can.
You say you're ready to flesh it out. So when do you think we'll have a revision to this?
Well, the bottom line is the first thing we have to do is we have to make it pretty clear that there are enough people in the House who say the way we have to let this process unfold. We actually have to do the final deal with the Senate. That's the way the legislative process works. One house takes a position, the other house takes a position, you come to a compromise. That's what we have to do. And I think we can save hundreds of billions of dollars more. I think we can ban transgender surgery for minors from public funding by the federal government, which we should be doing. I think we can punish states that put illegal aliens on Medicaid and Obamacare. I mean, this is ridiculous. And finally, we should take hundreds of billions of dollars out of the Green New Scam subsidies.
So, Mr. Chairman, so do you see this going to a conference committee and working out these details? Do you think you're going to get some side agreements and maybe concur with the Senate things, but going down to another rescission package or through the appropriations process, getting a lot of this other stuff down the road? Or is this thing not going to get on the president's desk by July 4th?
I don't see a path to get it on the president's desk by July 4th, but he's already said, look, if it takes a few more days, let it take a few more days. I think that's what it'll take. It'll take a few more days. It'll take the Senate seriously coming to the recognition that they don't have the final say in this. They've added way too much to the federal deficit. We can't do that, and there's no reason to. The bottom line is we should get together with Senate, not a formal conference, because formal conference will involve Democrats. We don't need to involve Democrats with this. This is a Republican internal decision, but we have to get together with our Senate counterparts and say, look, let's come to a compromise. It's going to be somewhere in the middle, but we have to do that.
You also need to get the parliamentarian involved, probably, to see what you can get through.
Yeah. Sir, the left, keeps talking about this bill, and, they're bashing everything that's in it, but they're also saying, that this is going to, harm people. People are going to lose their health care. They're going to die. I know, talking to you and other Republicans, Medicaid seems to be a big thing. This is what all the left media is talking about. Can you just clarify and confirm? Because some people are questioning, will people get their Medicaid, will it go away?
Well, look, if you're on traditional Medicaid, you're disabled, you're elderly, you're pregnant, you're a child, you're not going to get anything taken away. Look, if you're able-bodied without dependents and you choose not to work, well, you shouldn't be on a public welfare program. That's the bottom line. If you're one of the 1.4 million illegal immigrants who are here, who are on Medicaid, you shouldn't be getting it. The bottom line is these are all counted in the CBO estimates. Again, you're an able-bodied person, you choose not to work, you should be off the public dole. Yes, you will lose your Medicaid coverage. Get a job and get coverage through a job if necessary, or sign up for Obamacare. You still have Obamacare as a backdrop for a lot of these individuals. So again, these numbers are highly inflated. No one who the core Medicaid program was designed for, that is the disabled, the elderly, pregnant women, children, none of them are going to lose their coverage under any of these plans.
Information, truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.